Welcome to choosing a domain that helps brand your business. And this is a part of the no rejection marketing module. This is keys to internet domination, no rejection marketing. And module 2, which is branding and your platform launch, this covers one of the most critical tasks that you'll need to complete. And without it, you have no internet presence and you have no way to build and create and build a list of loyal prospects and customers. And it's also one of the most exciting moments in your business life because for you, for all practical purposes, you're opening up a new business or branch. If you have never had a website, or if your website was poorly named, you have never had a presence on the internet. So now it's time to change that. And here's how this module rolls out. Part 1 is branding and choice of domain names. And Part 2 is hosting your domains. Part 3 is setting up WordPress on each domain. Part 4 is adding content to your website. And Part 5 is adding your autoresponder so that you can build and contact your prospects and customers with a click of your mouse. So first of all, choosing a website name and being able to brand yourself. Now, just choosing any name isn't going to cut it. I've had a lot of people go, well, I really like the name Flowers in the Attic, or Roses to whatever. That's not going to cut it on the internet. For example, if you have a plumbing company that was named Bob's Plumbing, unless you are world famous and have access to radio and TV advertising, no one's going to know about you on the internet with Bob's Plumbing. You're either going to have to spend $1 million to get brand recognition, or you're going to have to pick a more keyword-friendly domain. So choose a name that is pertinent to a search term on the internet for your business. For example, Bob's Orlando Plumbing would be a good name for a plumber named Bob. Now, unless you are a national brand and have many branches, you're going to want to identify the target geographic market as well as your specific market. In this case, somebody that needs a plumber. So here are the key elements to choosing your website and branding yourself. Number 1, that domain should be keyword friendly. In other words, Bob's Orlando Plumbing. That's a good example. Using alliteration helps. Choosing a name that is memorable. So Coca-Cola, everybody, that's the most common and most recognized name in the world is Coca-Cola, partially because it uses alliteration and is very memorable. Another keyword name, double your dating. One of the gurus that I have learned, one of my mentors that I've learned great amounts from, one of his $20 million businesses on the internet is double your dating. Be as specific as possible to your service, i.e., is it plumbing? Is it double your dating? You have to identify that, and when somebody sees that domain, it has to tell them what you're going to do for them. Now, not to turn this into Marketing 101, but be sure to spend a couple of minutes defining your market. Who do you want to attract and do business with? I know this sounds really basic, but I can't tell you the number of clients that when I asked this, they had no clue. Well, I don't know who my market is. I want everybody. Well, it doesn't work that way, especially on the internet. So if you really want to kill it with your branding, as long as you use my affiliate links to sign up for the autoresponder and hosting, I will give you a free session on branding and keyword research. But let's just say you now have your name, you figure that out, and it's now time to purchase your website or websites. I recommend a minimum of 1, but there is a strong argument to own not only the name that you just created, but also your very own personal name. And if you have an existing business with a name that is not keyword search friendly, I would recommend buying that domain as well, and I can show you how to forward it to your main site. Why would you do that? Well, let's use the example of Bob's Plumbing. Maybe old Bob has been in business for 4 years and you have a few repeat customers, and you've never had an internet presence until now. Now you have a new website called Bob's Orlando Plumbing. Some of your old traditional customers might search for you on the internet for Bob's Plumbing, and they might not be able to find you. For that reason, you purchase the domain Bob's Plumbing and forward it to your main website. Likewise with your personal name. If your name is Bob Ratchet and people know that's your name and they want to research, what kind of plumber or what kind of guy is Bob Ratchet, they really want to get to know you. There is a certain group of prospects that want to research who you are before they become your customer. By having a personal website about you that can refer to your main website, you have a better chance of winning them as a customer. It's really common sense, especially in these totally impersonal times. there is a pretty large group of people, and it's growing every day, that are totally fed up with huge corporations that either don't have a customer service phone number on the internet, or they use an automated phone message system, which just infuriates customers. Having a personal touch will win more customers, hands down. So go to the first link on this page, or if you found this on the video on the internet, look in the description for the link and go there. We're going to go to GoDaddy. That's where you're going to buy your domain from. And I really don't like GoDaddy that well, because they're always upselling you. Once you choose a domain name, they're asking you if you want email and security and 1,000 other upgrades. But they have tech support that speaks English, and they deliver the domain very quickly. Other domain companies take a day or sometimes 2 or 3 days to give you access to the domain that you just paid for. So for now, until you are getting traffic and making money, just buy the domain. Don't do any of the upgrades that GoDaddy asks you for. Now I'll do a quick walkthrough so that we can actually see it in action. Okay, you went to GoDaddy.com, and here you are. This is what the page looks like. Now, to start with, I'm already, obviously I own about 100 websites and different domains, but if you were to start out, drop down this sign in box, and you're going to go to create my account. And it's just like any other internet thing. It's going to ask you for your name and address and credit card number and all that stuff, and then it's going to give you a sign in. So you would start out with create my account, but we don't need to do that. Right now I just want to do the quick search and show you what I was talking about using the example of the plumbing company and I'm using Orlando as an example because that's where I'm living right now. So Bob's Orlando Plumbing. Let's see if Bob's Orlando Plumbing is available. Well, look there. Bob'sOrlandoPlumbing.com is available. Now, what would you do if it wasn't available? Like, for instance, let's be more general. Let's do Orlando Plumber, which I would pretty much guess is going to be gone. Is already registered. Okay, you've got a couple options which I wouldn't really recommend. I really like .coms for your main website. Now, you might do another one for an opt-in page or whatever. OrlandoPlumber.org. I might take a chance on that, but I would rather see .com or .net. So let's go back here and let's just, if it wasn't going to be Bob's Orlando Plumbing, what about Best Orlando Plumber? I'll bet that's taken too. Oh, look at that. Geez, I should be charging for this stuff. Best Orlando Plumber is still available. So I want to stop there. You know, I get paid for this stuff. But anyway, that's how you do this on GoDaddy. And you're just going to go there and you're going to purchase the domain. Don't do any of the upgrades. Don't do the security, all this other stuff. Just buy the basic domain, which in that case, what are you going to spend? You're going to spend, add that on, what is it? Continue to cart. Let's see what they're going to charge for that. It should be, yeah, $10.98 plus your tax. $11.34. So you're going to pay for the full year to rent that domain because you don't get to own it for $11 a year. You get to rent it. So every year you're going to have a bill of somewhere around $11, $12, $15 to renew it. Now you can get it for, that's for 2 years. 1 year, what's 1 year? 1 year, okay, well, they're giving you 2 years. Okay, so there's a special right now. You get that for $1.17 for the first year, but you have to pay for 2 years. Now, there's an argument to say, well, I'm going to buy it for 5 years, and that's, you know, $10 a year or whatever, less than $10 a year. So there's some argument to buy it for 5 years or so, and that's going to cost you $40. But the main thing is to get it for a year and see how you do. You know, get your websites up and running and that type of thing. So let's go back here and finish up now. What I would recommend is, we're going to go on to part 2 now. So just turn this off and start video 2, and we're going to talk more about the hosting now.